Indeed, Albert Einstein remarked about him that generations to come will scarcely believe that such a one as this, ever in flesh and blood, walked upon this earth. गांधी जयंती पर उर्दू के शायर कंवल बिबायरी ने क्या खूब कहा है कि उठी चारों तरफ से जबकि जुल्मो जब्र की आंधी, पयाम अमन लेकर आ गए रूहो ज़मा गांधी। अखुवत के वो दरिया थे, मोहब्बत के वो साहिल थे, अहिंसा के वो दाई थे, वो यकजहती के कायल थे। वतन के आसमां पर एक रख्शंदा सितारे थे, हमें है फख्र ए अहले जहां कि गांधी हमारे थे। इस शिक्षा के मंदिर मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी अलीगढ़ में विद्यार्थी शिक्षार्थ आते हैं, सेवार्थ जाते हैं। I will request AMU student Mr. Samiullah from BA Urdu Honours to kindly deliver his address on this occasion in Urdu. मेरी गुजारिश है।
किसी फलक पे वो खुर्शीद जलवागर, कहते हैं आफताब कभी डूबता नहीं। ख़वातीन व हज़रात, हर मुल्क और हर कौम की तारीख में कुछ शख्सियात ऐसी जरूर होती हैं जो लोहे अय्याम पे अपने अनमित
गालिबन उनकी शमूलियत होगी। आप हिंदुस्तानी में उर्दू की शमूलियत के हामी थे। अलीगढ़ भी महात्मा गांधी का आना जाना हुआ करता था। इस आमद-ओ-रफ्त में उनका क़याम मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी के हबीब बाग में हुआ करता था, जो उस वक्त उनके कांग्रेस के देरीना साथी अब्दुल मजीद ख्वाजा की ख़ानदानी क़यामगाह हुआ करता था। इस घर की ख़वातीन चरखा काता करती थी और गांधी जी के शिकस्ता में लिखे हुए खतूत उनके पास मौजूद हैं, उनसे ख़त किताबत हुआ करती थी। Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next student speech, it is very apt that I mention here that the Aligarh Muslim University Students Union was the first union to offer Mahatma Gandhi a membership, and hence his membership number is 1 because he was gracious enough to accept this membership. It goes down in the history of the nation. To the students of the country, and especially the Muslim students, Gandhiji had to say, and I'm quoting from his collected works, that Muslim students have before them the example of Imam Hassan and Hussein. Islam has not been kept alive by the sword, but by the many great faqirs with a high sense of honor whom it has produced. I will now request with these words a BA English student, Ms. Zuha Owais, for her English speech. Ms. Zuha Owais.
In a world full of swords and guns, one man chose a walking stick and made it the mightiest weapon for justice. 6th birth anniversary of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Gandhiji was not born a great man. He was an ordinary individual who, upon encountering injustice, chose to respond with courage and conviction. Through his unwavering commitment to truth and non-violence, he transformed the course of a nation's history. At the heart of his philosophy was Satyagraha, the force of truth. It was not passive submission. On Gandhi Jayanti, let us imagine his words echoing once more across this campus, just as it did in 1920. Quote, "Students of Aligarh, do not let your knowledge remain confined to books. Let it breathe in the service of humanity. Do not let fear guide your steps. Let truth guide them. Do not let division define you. Let unity strengthen you. The future of India is not in the hands of governments alone. It is in the hands of her youth in classrooms like yours." Unquote. This was Gandhiji's call back then, and it must be our call now. So together, today, let us spin the charkha of our own resolve and weave the khadi of our own character and build the future from inside out. Thank you.
Very well done, Zuha, and thank you for reminding us of how we need to spin the charkha of our own conscience and weave the khadi of our own self-respect. It was wonderful listening to you and also listening to you hail the historic appointment of our Vice Chancellor, Professor Naima Khatoon, as one of the aspects of the fulfillment of the dreams of Mahatma Gandhi, who believed that women play half the role in building India as its architects. It is also opportune that I remind here that during one of his such visits to Aligarh, Mahatma Gandhi called for a Swadeshi movement where people burned their Videsi articles, and thus was founded in Rasalganj the Gandhi Ashram. Therefore, it is in all fairness of things that at the Aligarh Muslim University we are celebrating Gandhi Jayanti and remembering him in all somberness. This is an institution of higher learning that is guided by Islamic ethos. And therefore, we find it both meaningful and enlightening to recall that the Gandhian values of truth, simplicity, and self-restraint are not only universally cherished, but strikingly congruent with the Islamic principles that guide our institution. Gandhiji's lifelong message, if you go to the Sabarmati Ashram, you will find a big hoarding where in his writing it is written, "My life is my message." So his message of peace and non-violence resonates powerfully with Islam, a religion whose very name is derived from salam, that means peace. He lived an ascetic lifestyle in the Sabarmati and Sevagram in Varda, and that echoes the Quranic injunction, "Kulu wa ashrubu wa la tusrifu, wa innahu la yuhibbul musrifin." Eat and drink, but do not indulge in any extravagances, because Allah does not love those who waste. His frugality was seen in his simple attire, just two raiments without any stitching for the lower and the upper body, a head without hair or headgear, be it the Dandi March in India or the Golmaze Conference in the UK. He went there in all his simplicity, and may I say that this truly resembles a pilgrim in a state of ihram in Hajj or Umrah. Let us now remember Gandhiji with the Urdu speech of Dr. Humaira Afridi, coming from the Urdu section of the Women's College, Aligarh Muslim University. Muhtarma Sheikhul Jamia, Naib Sheikhul Jamia, Dean Students Welfare, Registrar, University Librarian, MIC Public Relations Office, Coordinator CEC, Asatizai Kiram, Talaba و Talibat, Assalamu alaikum. Khawatine o Azad, Dr. Afridi ने अभी रोशनी डाली गांधी जी की खुदनविश्त Arashi Happe. This happens to be one of the most widely read and one of the most widely translated books, be it My Experiments with Truth or Satya के साथ मेरे अनुभव. मगर जो दो दिनों की बात की डॉक्टर अफरीदी ने, उसी को वहाँ से आगे ले जाते हुए अफसोस के साथ कहना पड़ता है कि जब सुबह आज़ादी का सूरज तुलू होता है तो दो हिस्सों में मुनक़सिम, दो मुल्कों में दो परचमों के तहत होता है और दो सरहदों के आर पार होता है. उस वक्त शोर शराबे से दूर महात्मा गांधी बंगाल के नवाखाली में कौमी दंगों की भड़की हुई आग को बुझाने का, फिरकावाराना हम आहंगी का और अखुवत का पैगाम दे रहे थे. फैज़ अहमद फैज़ के इन्हीं जज्बात से उनका दिल भी लबरेज रहा होगा कि ये दाग दाग उजाला, ये शब गज़ीदा सहर, ये दाग दाग उजाला, ये शब गज़ीदा सहर, वो इंतज़ार था जिसका, ये वो सहर तो नहीं, ये वो सहर तो नहीं कि जिसकी आरज़ू लेकर चले थे यार कि मिल जाएगी कहीं ना कहीं फलक के दश्त में तारों की आखिरी मंजिल. कहीं तो होगा शबे सुस्त मौज का साहिल, कहीं तो होगा शबे सुस्त मौज का साहिल, कहीं तो रुकेगा सफीना-ए-गम दिल. From Mahabharata to missiles, from Karbala to Kalinga, from the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, Nagasaki, to the ethnic cleansing of Kosovo, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and presently Gaza. War, genocide, and state-sponsored pogroms have hate-spotted human history, culture, civilization, and our heritage. So much so that even Dr. Robert Oppenheimer, the physicist behind the atomic bomb, lived till his last day of life, a man with rattled nerves. In these times, challenged by COVID, climate, and conflict, let us see how Professor Asmar Beg from the Department of Political Science, with his political insights and his expertise on international studies, has to say while remembering Mahatma Gandhi. Professor Asmar Beg for his English speech.
A lot of it has been already said about Gandhi and his ideas. I would just try to unpack his ideas. And then he mixed, or rather, not necessarily that's not the right word, he fused this idea of Swaraj with the idea of Satyagraha. Again, very conveniently, the press wrote passive resistance. Gandhi, in fact, wrote a letter to the press arguing that it's very nice that you used a very nice word, but passive resistance does not convey the essence of Satyagraha. Why? Because Gandhi argued that passive resistance is negative. When I resist against you, I have some kind of.
And the words of Sahil Ludhianvi, Gandhi ho ki ghalib ho, insaf ki nazron mein, hum dono ke qatil hain, dono ke pujari hain. He gave us the message of Ishwar Allah, Tero Naam, sabko sanmati de Bhagwan. When I'm talking of slogans, I would like to bring it up that Vice Chancellor AMU, Professor Naima Khatoon, by being the first Vice Chancellor of AMU and recently also by being the first non-scientist to become the member of the very prestigious Indian National Science Academy, and I'm very sure that she's going to be a woman of many firsts coming in future, has given us a slogan from Zanana to the Zenith. Aligned with the Gandhian ideals of peace, justice, and equality, she is leading our reputed institutions from one height to another with grace, aplomb, and also the astute administrative skills that she has obtained along with her academic leadership. I saw her walk to the Dharna site to resolve a conflict represented by a hunger strike of AMU students, and to see her offering juice, holding the heads of the students and also raking her hands with affection on their hair, it actually brought tears as a very poignant moment, and this is something only a mother is capable of. To be honest, in order to resolve a conflict, for a woman to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and drape a sari is also an act of nation service. How our university has been doing well in rankings, accreditations, and assessments, how our scientists are becoming members of the world's 2% scientists according to Stanford, it is all credit to her. I request Professor Naima Khatoon to kindly deliver the presidential address to this gathering.
Vice Chancellor, Professor Mohsin, Registrar, Aasim Zafar sir, Dean Students Welfare, Professor Rafiuddin, Dr. Librarian, Professor Nishat, Fatima, esteemed Radiant staff members and dear students. Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. Today, it's a great day for us, as you have just heard eminent speakers like Professor Asmar Beg Sahab, Dr. Humaira Afridi, and two very young, brilliant students of ours. So it is indeed
his timeless ideals of truth, simplicity and non-violence continue to guide us even today. At this moment, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Honourable Vice Chancellor, Professor Naima Khatoon, Madam, whose constant encouragement has been the guiding force behind this celebration, and I am thankful for her for gracing with her presence and for her inspiring final address. As Gandhi ji once said, the best way to rest, the refreshment is there on the terrace. I request all of you to please join.
Thank you so much to Dr. Nishat Fatima also for organizing this for us. The presence of everyone here in this hall has made this program a success. I especially would like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Vivek Bansal, an alumnus of ANU and also the MP of Aligarh. Ladies and gentlemen, we started this day on the right note. We just inaugurated an exhibition on Mahatma Gandhi, which I'm hopeful will be thronged by a steady stream of visitors. You must all come here with your family members and be inspired once again by the man for whom it is rightly said, "दे दे हमें आज़ादी बिना खड़क बिना ढाल, साबरमती की सन तूने कर दिया कमाल." Signing off from here and welcoming the AMU Tarana team, the dapper black Shilwanis and the beautiful young girls for the national anthem. You're all requested to stand in honor of the national anthem, and after that, we will first allow the dignitaries to make an exit, and then, as Prof. Nishat Fatima has said, there is refreshments and tea for you. Thank you so much.